So which one of the following could be described as an economic need? When we talk about needs, these are what our living depends on. Without these things, we cannot survive. Food, clothing, shelter. And the only one we have here is shelter, which is C. Is it clear? Haircut is not. Anybody, I could choose not to cut my hair or barb my hair. Holiday, I could choose not to go on holiday. Smartphone, I could choose to buy a Nokia phone. So the only need here is C. Is it clear?
Yes.
Question B. Which one of the following is an example of an external benefit? External benefit is a positive spillover of production or consumption. A positive spillover of production or consumption. Education is the only positive spillover. Air pollution is a negative spillover, which is external cost. Overcrowding is a negative spillover, which is external cost. Resource depletion is also a negative spillover, which is external cost. So B, C, and D are external cost. The only external benefit here is education. Is it clear?
Yes.
So it's A. Question C. Draw a supply curve on the diagram below that the price elastic supply, PS, labeled the impact of a price change from P1 to P2 and its impact on quantity from Q1 to Q2. So if there's elastic supply, it means there's a significant change in the quantity supply as a result of a change in price, a fall in price. So it is elastic. Look at the graph now. It is elastic. It is far away from each other. So QE and Q1, it is far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So that is elastic. Is it clear? And there's a fall in price from PE, from P to P, from P1 to P2. I think it's clear, right?
Yes.
So we go on. Question D. Every year in the UK, heavy rainfall is a cause of severe flooding in some areas. Calderdale in Yorkshire has been badly affected for numbers of years. Increased water levels from the River Calder caused damage to residential properties, business premises and roads. The UK government provided £32 million flood defence scheme to try to reduce the problem. With reference to the data above and your knowledge of economics, analyze why the UK government might provide flood defences. So what first? Government provision of flood defences is a form of government intervention. Government is intervening. Okay, government is trying to do things because there's a market failure anyway. Without government intervention, the River Calder flooding may continue, causing firms to shut down and residents might also lose their homes. Flood will let people lose their home. Businesses will be shut down because they won't be able to operate. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. The UK government spends £32 million in the flood defense scheme because businesses, residents, and infrastructure has repeatedly damaged. A lot of things are getting damaged. So government has to spend on it. The UK government is spending on it as a result of that. The flood defense could be seen as a market failure, as private firms will not provide resources. It's not the business of the private businesses. They can't provide resources to ensure that the flood is stopped or to manage the flood. So it's not going to be done by the private sector. That's why government has to take charge. So lastly, the flood defense system is an example of a public good. That is why government is taking charge. It's an example of public good. So it means it is non-excludable and non-rivalry. And it is non-excludable because your consumption does not stop my consumption. Irrespective of me paying tax or not paying tax. It's the flood system, defense system. So everybody would be able to benefit from it. And it is non-rivalry because if you benefit from it, it does not reduce what I'm going to benefit from it. So that is why it's a public good. So government has to provide it. If government doesn't provide it, it continues to damage the property, the infrastructure, and the residents. And businesses will also get damaged. Is it clear? We go to question E. Are you there?
Yes.
So we have a case study here. They said, with reference to the data above and your knowledge of economics, assess the impact of trade union activity on Morrison's and its employees. We talk about trade union. Trade union is an organization which is formed by workers to protect the interests of workers. Trade union is an organization which is formed by workers to protect the interests of workers. That's what a trade union is. So yeah, the trade union aims to protect workers' rights, increase wages, put pressure on government to enact laws that improve the working conditions of employees. When we have trade union, they make sure that they are pressure group. They put pressure on government to come up with laws that will be favorable to workers, like increasing minimum wage or working condition for workers. USDAW, which is used as a case study here, negotiated an hourly wage increase for the 110 workers at Morrison's by 0.80 cents per hour. So such increase may lead to a high unemployment, as it may lead to increasing costs for firms. As a result, many may employ few workers. So if trade union negotiates for increasing wage for workers, it becomes a high cost for workers. As a result of that, workers might not employ more people, or employers might not employ more workers. That means a lot of people might not be getting job because of high wage rates. Do you get the point here? But the advantage about it is that a high wage rate may increase workers' motivation. And if workers' motivation is increased, it might increase productivity. So if productivity increases, the minimum wage that Morrison is paying will not have any effect, because Morrison will be making profit. Do you understand? Is it clear? That is question 3.